Hello, you beautiful people from within the hole. Obviously, I'm down at the bottom of the ginormous hole that we did a couple episodes ago, and I decided to light up a bunch of it just all along the walls with a bunch of frog lights because I thought it would be easier to do this than try and like splatter a bunch of frog light bits everywhere. It's a lot easier to take down frog lights like this too, especially with stuff like that where it's like I just need to cut a big hole in there and I just break the frog lights and boom, done. So it's so much simpler than just a bunch of dotted frog lights. So that's why there's a bunch of lines everywhere now. And I've even started trying to light up some of the caves and stuff that are around here so that I don't get a warden stuck in my base by color. That would be really, really bad. I don't want a warden in my base. But anyway, I don't know why I'm exactly down here other than I've been spending some time down here because I haven't been feeling the greatest the past couple of days. I've been dealing with migrants and stuff, and instead of getting rest, I've been playing Minecraft as I always do. So you know what? Let's get out of here. Now what are we doing today? Well, I would like to get this middle bit done. There's a bunch of random shapes and stuff. There's a big cutout in the middle, and you know what? I would like to build the town square. I kind of have a plan for how I'm going to do this. I'm going to do town square. I'm going to do probably the side bits here along the two... what do you call it? The platforms, and then probably the wall outside, and then we'll get the buildings that fill in the city itself in. But like that all starts revolving around this middle bit, and so I think it might be a good idea to get it done. You know, there's a lot to fill in. This is a really big area, and so I do want to take it in chunks. And even though this middle bit's large, you know, we can do it. However, instead of just going straight into collecting materials for this thing, I really need to answer the problem that I got last episode, which is the fact that I don't have any netherite. I feel like I kind of need to do something about that. So you know what? Let's go to the nether and get ourselves some netherite. Finally, found one. Oh, there's another one. Yeah, okay, we got two. And that took a long time. You know what? I give up. You know, maybe it's not a good thing. Maybe I don't need ancient debris. Maybe there are some days that you just don't need it. Or maybe there's another way we can get it. Hello? Hello, are you there? I'm gonna break your door.
My door. I'm kind of busy over here. What's up? Come on in. How are you? Huey?
I don't hear anything.
I was talking the entire time.
And I forgot how to ring a bell.
Who is it?
It's
Who
me.
is it?
It's Kiwi.
Oh,
Hello.
hi Kiwi. Hi.
Hi,
Would you
Mr.
like to come
Rich
inside?
Man.
It is raining.
Yes, it is. I
Alright, yeah,
shall come
sit down. Have
inside.
a meal with me. All right, what are you here for? I'm a very busy man.
I'm poor.
Oh.
Can I have some money? Can I have some ancient debris or netherite? In return, I give you I can give you nothing, but you know.
Oh.
Donations for the poor.
Oh, I guess I'm doing charity now?
Yeah.
Is 10 good for you?
Yeah, 10's good for me.
Okay. Well, here you go. Go spend it however you like. I don't know if you want to use it for your armor or just to bribe someone. I don't really care. It's all charity, so have fun.
I'm gonna go spend it on trees. Well, I think we can definitely all agree that that was probably one of the strangest ways I could possibly have gotten netherite. But I got it! And I just so happened to have some trims for the armor. So, we got a smithing table, and we're gonna use it because I got all this stuff. Now let's see, we got our boots, we got our pants, we got our helmet, and I think what I'm gonna do, I tried out a bunch of different trims, and so I'm trying to remember what it was, but I'm pretty sure it was this in this order. But we kind of need to turn all of it to netherite first, don't we? Oh, and I need emeralds. Can't trim anything without the thing I'm gonna trim it with. Okay, now we have everything. So netherite goes there. Okay, that's where the netherite goes, and that's where the template goes. And what are we gonna do first? Well, let's do our armor, because I feel naked without my armor. So we got the sneaky squeaky clean booties, and then we're gonna trim that with the eye thingy, the eye armor trim. Yeah, that one. So there we go for that. And then for our pants, we gotta turn that to netherite, and then we're gonna trim that with the silenced. And then for our helmet, turn that to netherite, and trim that with the wayfinder. And now we're looking snazzy. It's only a little different than what I did last time, but I still like it. And then as for everything else, it'll be smooth sailing. We'll get the hoe and then the pickaxe and the other pickaxe. And you know how this goes. There's just a bunch of stuff that you have to turn to netherite. Now, what did I need another netherite ingot for? There had to be a reason. He gave me 10. Why did I need 10? I don't have a chest plate. I don't own a chest plate. There's no chest plate anywhere. Why did he give me 10? I'm confused. I guess I can trim something else. I don't know what else I want to turn to netherite, though. I guess I'll figure it out later, because I don't have any other tools that I want to change. I mean, I could always change maybe one of these, but like, you know what? We'll leave this in here just because we'll know. And we can decide if we want to trim another shovel or whatever. I guess whatever we break the most of. I just have a lot of shovels in there. And everything else can return back to its rightful place within my boxes. And if y'all come up with something that I can trim with netherite, or not trim, but like turn into netherite, let me know, because I actually don't know what else I'm supposed to turn into netherite. Because like I said, no chest plate, so 10 seemed like a really strange number in terms of needing netherite. But hey, now that that's done, maybe we should start on a little bit of a build? Ooh, maybe. We could. You think we should? I think we should. I kind of wanna. I have the tools now. Might as well just start building. So I'll see you when this middle bit is done. Okay, so your brains are probably like exploding right now. It's trying to figure out, how does the thing behind me connect to the starter base that's over off yonder? Well, let me make it simple. That's a starter base. That's a totem. Those are reactors. And those are just extra little bits that just I wanted to build because it made the build look cool. I don't know if that makes any more sense, but here we go. So basically, I wanted to build a build that was basically a physical representation of my obsession to copper. Don't ask me why. I just really like copper. Specifically in Minecraft. But in other games, copper's not that great. But in Minecraft, oh, I love it for building. And so we got this nice copper orb here. This nice little old structure that while the people of this land were digging out the space they needed for the city, they discovered it. And they realized that they could use it. It actually produces a crystal-like substance that can be used to purify energy. And that's what this is here. And that's what the beam is coming out of. That. I wish I could have dyed the water, but sadly the water is blue. But if I could dye water or like waterlog this with lava, I would so do it because then it would match the center. But sadly we can't. Honestly, why can't we waterlog with lava? Lava log. I don't know what it would be called. But why can't we do that? It doesn't make sense. It's a liquid too. But then apart from this structure in the middle here, there's these things, and these things are the reactors. This is what the substance from that fountain over there is put into. And as you can see, there's a couple different little bit of energy sources. So I've actually created a little bit of a diagram to kind of explain a lot of this stuff. Down here, I built this, and I don't know if it'll stay down here. I might move it somewhere else, but for now, it just seemed like the right place to put it. And it's just a little diagram with the 3 different energies. So obviously we got the green energy, the stuff that we've already kind of seen inside the tubes and stuff. But now this build starts introducing the yellow energy and the kind of bluish purplish energy that is the other branch. So basically, That's what we start with. That's what gets taken out of the mines. The green energy is then mined up, stuck into bottles, used for anything that's like heavy machinery, think almost like diesel-like machines. But if you need a little bit of cleaner energy that's a little bit more stable, we get to purify it using that stuff from the middle fountain thing, the crystal stuff. You stick it in one of these little reactor things, and then you get two different kinds of energy. You get the yellow energy and you get the blue energy. The blue energy, as you can see on the sign, is really, really unstable. You don't want to use that energy. That energy is awful. It's like only the very poor people get this energy. It's the people who would be at the very bottom of the city. I don't know if I'll ever actually get to building the bottom portion of the city. Hopefully maybe the middle layer. But this city's supposed to have some layers to it. But yeah, the people all the way at the bottom, that's who uses that energy. Now the people at the very top use this energy, this yellow energy here. They use a little bit of the green for some of, like I said, the heavy machinery stuff. But for most part, they use this yellow energy. And we've actually kind of seen this energy a little all over the place. Obviously, with this new build, we get the yellow energy all over the place. Like, it is one of the most prominent things in existence up here. But then in the reactors, you can kind of see where the crystal is being taken and melted and stuff like that. And then you get the yellow energy being siphoned out through the bottom, and you get the blue energy being siphoned out through the sides. Because it obviously it has to go to a different place. I mean, we don't want to use it. It has to be stored somewhere. But then even things up here have used the energy. I know it doesn't make sense, but I already was kind of using some of this stuff in mind. So basically with the lighthouse here, as you can see, you got the yellow energy. And even the little bits down here, that's also yellow energy. That's the clean energy. This house up on the hill, it uses the yellow energy too. It's clean energy. If I can get in here, I can show you how all the lights in here are yellow. Every single last one. All the yellows. So yeah, this place also uses the yellow energy. No stinky blue or green in here. I was about to go outside and show you all the green energy, but of course the server decides it's gonna rain. It's a very rainy server. Okay, finally, rain's done. I can go show the green. And then of course over here we got the green. The green power is everywhere. I mean, it's the closest thing to the mine. And this little contraption here that's keeping the anomaly at bay needs to be constantly powered. So it just made sense for them to make it compatible with the green energy, because it's right there. They transfer it literally uphill and then boom, it's there, ready for use. Could do whatever with, like, it's just readily available for them to use. Now stuff like this, these little like almost screen hologrammy bits, like those don't interact with the colorness of the power. Those are just always going to be pretty much blue, I've decided. There's some that I've been actually designing and they're also blue. So no, those are not part of the energy scale. They are not part of the blue energy. That's just how they're presented, because they're the easiest to do. But yeah, in total, this is gonna be a city built on copper and energy. It sounds like the Industrial Revolution, but it really shouldn't be. I don't know. There's just a lot. There's a lot of stuff that has to be put together, and eventually it's gonna be the Vault City, because there's gonna be vaults and doors and buildings galore and all this other stuff, and I really need to get this stuff done. I have a bunch of entrances already made and a bunch of stuff I want to do, and then I've randomly gained a new obsession with elevators, so I have a feeling that in the coming episodes there's going to be quite a few elevators that I build. And there's also going to be a lot of these things. These copper balls. Not necessarily the copper ball form of it, but I've also made pendants and stuff, and so it has the same kind of gradient on it, and I thought it looked neat. Because, like, you can't have energy without something to channel the energy, and so, you know, copper channels the energy, it flows throughout the copper, either tubes or pipes or wire or whatever, to get to its location, and then these are just kind of there to kind of be like, hey, there's a magnetic field in this area, they're floating, it's not supposed to be like that. Not to mind you the fact that there's literally moving ground flowing around this, trying to protect the old bit of history, and, it's not doing a very good job considering people are actually still able to get to it. And they've set up panels and everything around this place. It's almost like they're studying this little piece of architecture, and yet they're just kind of using it rather than actually studying it anymore. I still also really need to find a way to get rid of these slimes. Some of them have been falling into the reactor. It's been kind of nice. They've been out of the way for the most part. They'll fall into here and then they just kind of get stuck down here and I don't have to pay any mind to them. But the ones up here that don't fall down, well, they're a different story. I think I'm gonna try and use iron golems to kind of attract them into alleyways and see if it'll just get rid of them, but not entirely sure. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that little rant about my base. But now, it's time for just a little bit of fun in the shopping district, why not? Well, let's head over there. With all these missing signs everywhere, it feels like we're in a horror movie? Or maybe even a Wild West, like, little film. There's so many missing posters. They remind me of a bunch of wanted posters. Well, that's not why we're here, though. So basically, over the last couple of weeks, there has been a lot of shulker shells just kind of being dispensed around the circle here. There's a bunch of little contraptions under the ground. And I may have done some snooping. Just a little bit. Not too much. And I found a music disc in this little box here that is a Discord ping. And you could probably already guess where this is going. Oh yes, this is going to turn into a prank that will test the other artisans' patience. Except I do need to get down underground first. I think if I just dig down here, maybe. Yeah, okay. So here's all the redstone. I just need to find a place to hook this up to. Here, maybe. I don't think this will disrupt anything. You know what? We'll just start making the machine. I'm sure that this is probably underneath the middle. So basically what we got to do, we got to steal power from one of these. So we just need to like do this. Ooh, and you know what? We don't even have to do any of the torch inverter stuff or none of that, because this is already powered. Or maybe that doesn't work, because then it just stays off like this. Maybe we do need to make an inverter. Then if that's the case, then it just needs to be like this. This should work. Theoretically. Okay, so now that's taking the signal from that. That's going there. To make sure that this is full power. Make sure to do that. And that should work. That is going to be the most annoying sound. Oh, why is it going off infinitely? Okay. So it just does a little bit. Oh my goodness. Okay, maybe we need to put that on a timer. But yeah. Actually, wait, no. It's perfect. It's annoying. It goes off multiple times. It's bound to bug people. You know what? We don't need to put it on any timer. It'll just be the most annoying machine in existence down here. Forgetting that it'll also probably bug me. Okay, how did I get out of here? Where's the light? Okay, I don't think this works how I thought it was gonna work. It's just infinitely going off. This is not gonna work. No. Stop that. How do I fix this? No inverter? No inverter. I think no inverter is gonna fix that. So now it only plays whenever no one's making a sound. You know, I didn't quite think this one through. Oh, nope, there it goes. Oh, no. I'm leaving it. You know what? It's good enough. While it does its thing, there's one other thing I want to do. And it involves behind my current shop and by Richie's new shop. I would kind of like to claim this area because I've been thinking about where I want to put the terracotta shop, and I was thinking a little bit over here. But the problem with this space is it's just so... Okay, that's gonna bug even me. Stop it. Stop. I know if I jump around this area, you'll turn off. You better. Come on, please. Okay, it's off. Quick. I need to do this quick. This little space here is just too quiet. Now I got the Discord notification issue stuck in my head. It's too small. There's not enough room. Stop. Shut. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. You know what? I have a better idea. This isn't powering anything anymore. So you know what? Break that. Put inverter back. And now it only makes a sound whenever someone moves. Okay. So now it'll only make a sound if I'm over here, but not if I'm over here. Much better. Oh my goodness, that was gonna drive me insane. Back to what I was trying to say. This, too small. Not enough room to do what I want to do. There, I've said it. But over here, do have enough room. Because there's a lot of stuff I want to do with minecarts flying and doing backflips and stuff, and there's actually enough room back here. It's a big open empty space. There should be quite a bit for me to build if I do a bigger shop over here. I mean, I don't see the harm in it. There's plenty of other space around for other people to build shops. I don't even know how many are left. So I think it should be fine to do a terracotta shop over here. So I'm just gonna mark out, you know, like a little dot here, and then, you know, like another dot here, and then you know, maybe another one here, and then like one back here, something like that. It's not a square, but it's the kind of gist of like where the terracotta shop's gonna be. It's gonna be kind of like that. It's not gonna obviously be a triangle or anything. That's just to kind of claim the spot. And then finally, we got our sign, and this spot is claimed. And I'll have to make a terracotta shop soon. But that's for another episode. That's for us to deal with laters. Time to go back to the base. Then it's, of course, it's gonna do the stinking noise. Hopefully that bugs people. I can no longer word correctly. Word, no work. It kind of fits how I'm running right now. Brain no worky no more. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. I don't know why I'm so high up in there. Why did I do that? And you go down. Oh, land without killing me. Hello there. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. And if you did, feel free, like, subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll see you next week, where hopefully we're going to be doing some more of this stuff. I really want to get some more of this kind of like platformage connected so that I'm not just having to fly up and down between them. I'll have maybe actual staircases or elevators or who knows what at this point. But I'll see you then. Goodbye!